My first video for September 2018 is entitled Getting Help Online for Facebook is Impossible. This is video number 2833. I was hoping that when I discontinued Yahoo Mail because they merged with AOL, that I wouldn't also lose my primary email account on Gmail, ParadoxMan 1946. I have tried several times now to contact Facebook for help, but connecting with an actual human being is virtually impossible. None of my passwords for Facebook work, yet I am on it every day, posting my videos that are shared on YouTube and both of my Facebook pages. Yes, I know these are both spying programs, and that many have been blocked on those venues because they are working to expose cabal crimes. Will the corporate world end? With all my heart, I want to live to see the changes I've envisioned since childhood. Will people start helping each other? Is there a loving God willing to take responsibility for creation? Which will die first, me or my dream? I still want to make a difference. I chuckle because when Yahoo decided to merge with AOL, I have a strong dislike for AOL. I just want you to know that. I don't know why it's so strong, but I don't like AOL. I've never liked it. For a long time, I've never liked it. Yet I have friends that send me things that are on AOL, and that's what they've used for years, including one of my good friends who is involved with the RV, which I've talked about on other videos, and I don't know if I'll talk any more about that on this one or not. But in any case, when I learned that they were merging, I made plans to get rid of Yahoo Mail altogether. But I was getting my ParadoxMan 1946 and my ParadoxMan 316 emails on that. So I moved the ParadoxMan 316, which is my primary email address for making my Google accounts, my Gmail accounts. I moved that, separated it. But when I tried to separate the ParadoxMan 1946 off, I couldn't do it because I didn't remember the password on that one either. None of my passwords worked there either. Something got changed for both Yahoo and that ParadoxMan 1946 at gmail.com account. So I created a 1946 ParadoxMan Gmail account, a brand new account. But when I tried to use other browsers to connect on Facebook, it wants me to type in my password. I don't know what it is. I've tried, other times. I mean, this is not the first, today was not the first time that I tried. I mean, I tried earlier this month and last month, and I've been trying to figure out what's going to make it work on other browsers. This particular browser, Opera, which is my browser of choice, this one has it all memorized. So as long as I'm on Opera, I can still access Facebook and YouTube and everything the way that I could before. But if I try to find out on Opera what my password is, it doesn't provide that information. It doesn't provide it. I have a little book that I record some of my passwords in, actually all of my passwords, although many of them are obsolete because some of them are still connected to my Roadrunner accounts, and many others are connected to my primary email account, which again is ParadoxMan 1946, which no longer exists. So I probably wouldn't even be able to access some of my other accounts that I don't necessarily have to do regularly. I do occasionally. I can connect with some of those. but it creates a tremendous problem for me, and I'm sure others are too. And getting help is very, very difficult. Now, I do have a friend. I used to have a friend from England who lived in the United States that used to help me with a lot of my computer issues, but became, I guess, disheartened with me when he kept saying, "I've been telling you for a long time to get rid of your PC and get a Mac." Well, I don't want to get a Mac either because they're far more expensive. Although, as he always said, but you pay money to keep getting your PC fixed when it has problems. And if you had a Mac, you wouldn't have those problems. Well, I'd like to go to Ubuntu or some of these other alternative things, but I hesitate even to do that because I want something that's going to be reliable and that my program's working. So if I change my operating system, how many programs am I going to lose access to because I don't any longer have the way of reaching them because passwords and emails have changed and they're recorded with a different scenario of logging into those accounts. These are things that frustrate me, and as I've waited for this RV to become reality. I mean, I keep having my friend tell me, I've been hearing it for over 2 years. It's been imminent for over 2 years, and actually it's been imminent for longer than that. But I wasn't personally involved till June 2 years ago. And this, of course, is the video for September 1st, 2018. So it was June 2016 that I became involved in alternative currencies. I had made my one and only investment in a Zim. And that's supposed to be a note, not currency, but a note. Will it ever materialize? I don't know. And so people get upset at me when I say, or ask, I should say, when is God going to take responsibility for creation? And people keep telling me, Ron, it's up to us. It's up to us. Well, I used to think that I was more empowered than I feel since they took my house. I mean, I did a lot of things to extricate myself from the system. And I realized when I had a taillight out, as I've said, I had a taillight out of my car. They stopped me. I had an international driving permit. They said, that's not acceptable. They put me in jail. I had to pay money to get out of jail and pay money. Well, I didn't have to pay money. I had to sign release notes agreeing to appear in court, which they took the money after that. But I had to pay to get my own car back, an extraordinary fee for towing and for keeping it overnight because they only had it one day, not even a full day. But I had to pay. I don't remember what it is now. And thankfully, my son was able to come and get me and help me with all of that. And my son has really been a godsend. He really, I mean, he's not a very emotional person, but I sense that he's deeply loving. And I really do appreciate that. And I wish that my heavenly Father was as loving toward his children as I would like to be and try to be toward mine. I try to support my daughter and my grandchildren, my son. My son is not married anymore. But if he was married, I'd be supporting him and his wife and my grandchildren there. Anyway, folks, if it sounds like I'm a little bit rambling, you're absolutely right. I really want positive change for you and for the whole world. Yes, I want it for me too. Is that wrong? To want God to take responsibility for God's creation? Thank you for listening, and namaste.